sort of sticking with the NBA, but we think it might be one more year until Luke Maye actually declares for the NBA. He this morning, decided that he will declare for the NBA draft, but he won't hire an agent. He's just testing the waters. We've seen this before with UNC players. I mean, I don't know what the percentage would be, but it's probably a 95% chance at the lowest that he returns. So he's going to be back next year. I would be shocked if he actually enters the NBA draft. But, Luke Maye, he averaged 16.9 points a game and 10 rebounds last year. He was 13 Associated Press All-American, but can Luke Maye make it in the NBA?
I would just like to say that Luke Maye declaring for the NBA draft, the fact that they allow people to declare for the NBA draft and be able to re-enter the college playing field, I think that's great for them, because now Luke Maye can go in and get a little bit of a taste of what the pro scouts think he needs to work on his game, and I think it'll be good for him to develop in the offseason. He needs to work on, obviously, he needs to work on his post-up game a little bit more. His shooting efficiency needs to get better. Rebounding is solid for Luke Maye, but he has to be able to bang it out with those big men, because I see his play is reminiscent of Kevin Love. He needs to be a little bit stronger down low, and he needs to be able to contest a little bit better if he wants to be in the NBA and be a stretch forward.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think it's great for Luke Maye. We've seen Roy Williams sort of struggle in developing NBA players. Like, he makes them great players on the college level, but we haven't seen an all-star North Carolina player in a while. It's not like Luke Maye is going to be that, obviously, but it's just good for him to get some NBA experience. The coaches will be able to help him out, tell him what he needs to work on, to then finally make a push, and hopefully he gets drafted coming out after his senior season. I just don't see it being this season, and here's why. There's two main things that I see. One, he's just not very athletic, and we saw that when he goes up against Marvin Bagley. They played Duke 3 times. So you got to see Luke Maye have to go up against an NBA caliber player 3 times. In those 3 games, Bagley had 18 points per game and 14.6 rebounds. The 18 points per game, whatever, Bagley's going to score a lot against whoever he plays, but giving up more than 14.5 rebounds per game is crazy. You got to be able to box out, and it's probably just due to athleticism. When Bagley got Maye one-on-one, he owned Luke Maye. That's just what's going to happen in the NBA. That's what I see. Obviously, Luke Maye will probably come back and have a year to get better, but if he went out right now, that's what I would see. The second thing, against big-time opponents, and I have a list right here. Pretty much every single team is an NCAA tournament team. The only one not on the list is Notre Dame, and a lot of people thought they should have made it anyways. But so look at the point totals for Luke Maye against these games. Against Michigan State, 8 points. Ohio State, 9, Virginia, 6, Clemson, 4 points, Notre Dame, 8, Syracuse, 9 points, and Miami, just 2 points. So against big-time teams, Luke Maye isn't there. And it's not just once or twice, but you see this in 7 games against top opponents, NCAA tournament caliber teams. He didn't score 10 points. So
well, I think that's also a little bit of a negative shot at Luke Maye, in the sense that, Roy Williams didn't have those guys he could put in the big positions, and Roy likes to have those big guys. He's had Kenny Meeks, he had Bryce Johnson, he's had Tony Bradley, he had all the Isaiah Hicks, he had those guys. Luke Maye had to play the 5. Why the hell is Luke Maye playing the 5 if Marvin Bagley's playing a 4 and we're playing versus Duke? That's the only thing we could do. I'm not going to trust putting out Garrison Brooks. I'm not going to trust putting out Brandon Huffman. I'm not going to trust putting out Sterling Manley. I hate that we couldn't. I wish that they're going to develop. I think they're going to develop. But, to put that pressure on Luke Maye to say, you've got to bang it out with centers down low, I think that's just completely fucking unreasonable. Luke Maye is how tall? 6'8"? He's 6'8", and I'm 240. He's a strong guy. But Luke Maye should be playing a stretch 4 position with another guy. He can be that supplemental rebounder that I think Kevin Love is, but he doesn't have. Kevin Love's got an extra 2 or 3 inches on him. And to say that Luke Maye is underproducing against these teams, he had to play against these crazy centers when he's only 6'8". I think it's a not an accurate knock against Luke Maye.
Yeah, obviously, you're not comparing Kevin Love to Luke Maye. They're entirely different players. Just with talent-wise, Kevin Love has always been considered a top pick in the NBA draft all throughout his time in college. Luke Maye's never been considered that. He's a walk-on. But, I mean, Luke Maye's 6'8". He also doesn't shoot the ball as well as Kevin Love. That's also an issue.
But he can stretch the floor.
But in the college game. But he can only stretch the floor because he didn't hit the college three. There's no reason to believe that if
He's
Luke Maye
consistently
steps
shown
out,
that he can shoot the ball.
Yeah, but there's no reason to believe if Luke Maye steps out to the NBA three-point line that he's just going to start
Why
knocking
can't we
it
assume
down.
that? Well, or even then, he can still hit the long jumper. I mean, it obviously is going to develop to be able to hit the three, but I mean, to get that knock against Luke Maye is unfair.
You don't see teams win that shoot the long two. You're not going to draft Luke Maye and say, hey, well, he hits the long two. No, because that's coming out of the NBA game.
But you would like to have a big guy who can hit that long two.
He's not even a big guy. I mean,
well, then you said it yourself. He's not a big guy. So comparing him in that position as
I said we couldn't quite compare him to Kevin Love, but
I mean, the fact of the matter that the guy was still considered.
I mean, the question is, can Luke Maye make it to the NBA? No, he's not a big man. He can't play forward, and he can't shoot the NBA three.
He can rebound and he can shoot.
He didn't play against top competition well. He got owned by Bagley. Like,
if I'm in the NBA, I'm a damn terrible coach if I have Luke Maye matching up against Marvin Bagley in the NBA. He's going to be on someone else. He's going to be on the 3 or the 4. I'm not matching him up there, but I think he can play there. I think he can play up there. Yeah,
you realize
6'8".
Jeff Green is the same height as Luke Maye. And how would that matchup end?
Jeff Green's garbage. It'd probably be even.
LeBron's the same height as Luke Maye. How would that end?
Okay, LeBron's different. He can't. LeBron goes up against 7
I mean, there's no place for Luke Maye in the NBA.
No, there is a place. There is a place for anyone who can rebound and stretch the floor, which
but he
can.
He gave up rebounds.
He can stretch the floor.
There's no reason to believe he can stretch the floor.
Why can't we?
Because he hasn't shown he can shoot an NBA three.
He's shown that he can shoot the 3-pointer.
In college.
It's still.
That's a short shot.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's.